Whispers in the walls. A few years ago, I was working on a construction project for an apartment complex in a town somewhere in the Kanto region of Japan. The building was nearly finished, with electricians, plumbers, and interior workers handling the final touches. But around that time, a strange rumor started spreading. People working the night shift hear a man screaming. And strangely enough, those who heard it often ended up injured or involved in accidents. At first, I thought it was just a scary story. But as my team started working on that building, I became extra cautious. I didn't want to be alone. With the deadline approaching, my coworker and I had to work through the night. We were in a third-floor room on the west side, handling wiring work. As I focused on using my electric drill, my coworker suddenly stiffened. "Did you hear that?" It sounded like someone groaning. I hadn't noticed because of the drill, but he had his ear pressed against the wall, frozen in place. "Come here, you can hear it clearly." I sighed, a bit annoyed at his distraction, and placed my ear against the wall. Nothing. Then, bang, bang, bang. The window frame rattled violently. It wasn't an earthquake. It wasn't the wind. My coworker and I exchanged nervous glances before slowly turning toward the glass door leading to the balcony. And then we both screamed. There was a man standing there. His head was covered in blood. His face was swollen, beaten beyond recognition. His lifeless eyes stared through the glass. We could feel it, he wasn't alive. That was it. We dropped everything and ran. Back in the workers' break room, we sat in silence, shaking as we waited for morning. When we told the others what we saw, their reaction sent chills down my spine. So, he finally showed up. They told us a story. During the early stages of construction, a worker went missing. No one saw him leave. No one knew what happened. And right after that, they poured the concrete for the foundation. What if they buried him in the foundation? Later that day, I put my ear against a pillar in one of the rooms. I heard the faint sound of groaning. And in that same room, someone had plastered dozens of paper talismans on the walls, the kind used in Japan to ward off spirits. Eventually, the apartment was completed and residents moved in. But later, I heard rumors. At night, people hear groaning through the walls. A bloodied man appears on the balcony. I never went back to that site again. But even now, I sometimes wonder, is he still in that room?